Hope you enjoyed today's question. This is Sullivan Adams gave my latest review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, episode 93. Hey, Dual Machine of Destruction. And this episode, I like this a lot because it takes quotes from 5Ds and adding more to the story to this. I'll explain in a minute. Like, in a minute. The episode starts off. The comments they're going on a riot right now. They're going on a rampage, destroying stuff and wrecking things across city. And Shinji, he's basically leading the charge. Shinji all about stuff and about revolution, tearing down the whole society. Because the society they live, the tops rule everything, and the comments are treated by nothing but garbage. Oh, but in the middle of all that stuff, there's this one little boy who's crying right now. He's crying and he's asking see for his mother. And Crow comes in. Crow takes care of kids. If you guys watch 5D, he takes care of kids, orphans, stuff like that. You know, I mean, hell, Crow was an orphan. So yeah, if you guys watch 5Ds, you know that much. You know, and he took. And one of the things, my favorite quotes in this episode, saying, "Revolution or not, leaving a kid out here is not leaving a kid out here then the society will never be the same. Society will never change. Will always be the same." I mean, he's true. I mean, abandoning a child out there where so much violence and stuff is going on, that's not good. I mean, an abandoned kid's an abandoned kid. What else are you gonna do? Mm. Anyway, we continue with everything. Like Yuya and the others, they're still back in the location where they had when they confronted Ballad, Academia, and Sergey. Yuya, he's messed up right now. He is wounded right now. Tsuchikage is exhausted. Rada and Sora are there. Like with this is like with what's happening now. It's pretty. It's right now they can't get involved in this riot, this mess. Right now they have to keep safe and hide until they make their move. Meanwhile, they get the rendezvous with Saratori, Uri Gogenzaka, and Totsumatsu Chojuro. Enjoy Chojuro. And the only answer that's still in the dimension they haven't found is it's Kurosaki Shun. Shun, he's just running about looking for his enemy. That's the only time you get to see him. I mean, I get it. You hate Academia, but yeah, but how you gonna find your enemy? You don't know where to look. And this is his problem. He's so eager to fight, right? And his hatred is so strong. He can't think straight. And he becomes reckless. Like you can't trust a person who can't like a person you can't trust and that does go off on their own is someone that can't handle a tough situation. Anyway, back to the others. Sartori, he doesn't trust Sora after all. He is a traitor. I mean, to him, he's a traitor. He brought Academia to the standard dimension. They caused that whole mess at the friendship. At the friendship and the Miami Championship, they destroyed a lot of things and hurt a lot of people. So it wasn't for them coming there, the Lancers wouldn't have been formed. No. However, Yuya relates to Saotari that he is not his enemy. I mean, he did save Yuzu. He backed up Yuya, and he backed up helped him, and he helped Yuzu and fend off the Academia and security. He is on their side because he wants to protect his friends. Yuya and Yuzu, they are his friends. He's loyal to his friends, and that's one of the things I like about Sora. He had a hard life. Standard is kind-hearted and good, while Future Dimension and Academia Akabalia, they're cruel. They're warriors. Anyway, one of the big moments I got a note about. The duel we're having with Sergey and Jack. And if you guys know that it's Jack and Sergey are dueling, it's because of Roger. He's manipulating things. He made it look like Yugioh disqualified, but Yugioh didn't forfeit. It's Roger manipulating the rules. He has his own plans. Doing this. We also get a moment between Jack and Sam. Sam was the one that Jack gave the card tuning magician to, saying, and Sam tells Jack that he gave the card to Yuya because hoping that Yuya would defeat him And how he's gonna do it with a useless card? I mean, he wanted Yuya to give the card back to Jack and to beat him, but instead Yuya used that card to his advantage, and in a duel saying there's no such thing as a useless card. That's what Yuya taught him. Saying and Jack says everybody has a purpose, so does every card. Yeah, yeah, uh, Jack has his Sam has his, and Yuya has his. And Jack tells Sam to tell that to Yuya. Like he was like he wants Jack has hope. Jack hopes that there is an opponent that can one day challenge him to and defeat him, 1-on-1. I think he wants to prove that he's the strongest. I mean, if he's like if this Jack is anything like the Jack in 5Ds, the only one that could probably defeat him is Yusei or someone whose strength equals to that. And there is no Yusei in this universe. And no, Shinji is not a Yusei. He's a dick. He's all about rebellion, violence, and stuff. He's a rebel, but he's no Yusei. Yusei was kind-hearted, smart. And that's just me rallying back. The duel, is a very intense, very intense. Everybody's watching. And the duel stadium is literally closed. Oh, it's Jack, and it's because of Rogers' interference. He doesn't want the comments going in and wrecking the stadium, cheering about revolution. Anyway, the duel between Jack and Hank and Sergey begins. Riding dual acceleration, and Jack takes the first move. He summons Red Demon Dragon Scarlight right on his very first turn. And it's called Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. He summons it on his first turn, and Sergey rallies back by using his underworld resonant synchro fusion to summon underworld servant Geo Kraken, underworld servant Geo Griffin. And he's trying to know his best to try to beat Jack using both synchro and fusion at the same time. But Jack is not an ordinary opponent. This guy is strictly a pop. Deck is all about power. That means he uses raw power and force to destroy his opponent. Using OTKs, one-turn kills. But Sergey, he's definitely a ruthless opponent. He defeated Yuzu without hesitation. And he tries to do his best to try to destroy Scarlight. Trying to make sure Jack is at a disadvantage without his ace monster. But Jack is smart using action cards. He dueled Yuya once, and he already learned how. And just from that one experience, he knows how to use the action cards, and he's seen every duel using action cards so far. So Jack is not an amateur. That's right, he's no amateur. So don't underestimate Jack at all. Yeah, I gotta admit, Jack, he counters back, destroying Geo Griffin and Geo Kraken. Trying to do his best to. Okay, but Sergey, he's trying to survive. Trying to make sure the damage is lessened. He did this before, weakening major damage while only taking a small hit. He did that with Yuzu's duel. Just reducing his own life. To save his own skin. And things, getting heating up. But Sergey, he comes back, and he's bringing out new Earthbound cards. I like that the way that Sergey duels now. He's using Earthbound cards. If you guys watch 5D, you know about the Earthbound Immortals, the Dark Signers. Sergey's not a Dark Signer, but But the way they keep putting stuff like this is like a major shout out to 5Ds if you are a big fan of the series, if you watched it at all. This is a major shout out. Using new Earthbound cards. Trying to change the field to his advantage. For one thing, he summons his card, Earthbound Plains, and he summons a Dark Sign. You know how the whole field, becomes around in the force field of purple flames. Using using that represents their dark sign. For you guys remember that that is a major. And this sign has another effect. It uses action cards. Taking the action cards, using it to its advantage. His advantage, and when he crashes and destroys it, it lowers. Not only does 300 points of damage to Jack, but 300 points of it lowers Scarlight's attack points by 300 each time. So he's not only weakening Jack's life points, but weakening his monster. And one of these I gotta quote is that Sergey, he's becoming one with his machine. Now, you watch if you guys watch the Earthbound Mortals or watch everything about 5D, then you guys know about the three emperors of Iliaster, how they're part machine, how they can become one with their dual runners. You know, they're cyborgs basically. You know, artificial machines. You know, with human consciousness. And Sergey himself, he's a cyborg. He has a bionic eye that Roger could see through. You know, and he is a cyborg. He's proven that more. But Jack, even though Sergey may has a bunch of tricks, but Jack, he's not the kind of opponent you can underestimate, and he's stronger than that. He could definitely beat Sergey. Hey, but I can't wait to see saying that your arrogance is going to be your downfall, stuff like that. That you will surrender your own soldiers to grab victory. And that's one thing I know. Yeah, I gotta know. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. This episode was definitely one of my favorites. I wish that the schedule they do is off now. I mean, when the episode comes out, it comes out every Sunday. Comes out every Sunday. They would wait till Tuesday to dub to put the subtitles in. But now they're changing their game. Instead of doing it on Tuesday, they changed it. They add they're having to do it. On every Friday now, and I like Friday, but I wish it's too long. I want it to be more closer to home. So there's a chance that the next thing I'm gonna do is probably Raw. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. And this episode was one of my favorites. I did like it. And Earthbound Immortal stuff. And becoming one with dual runners, the Emperors of Iliaster. That's just more to the story, and that's something I really like. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed today's sponsor. Into this son of an my latest review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, Episode 93. Unstoppable Duel Machine. Hope you enjoy. Next sponsor, comment, subscribe. Thank you.